Episode 4 of The Mighty Nein just released, and they finished the world building, introducing most of the characters, and this is where the plot finally begins. And honestly, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. I did not enjoy this one as much as the previous ones, which is funny because Griffin thought I was really gonna dig this one, and it's not that I didn't. It's still, I love this genre. It's just elves, goblins, sorcerer. I keep saying that, but it really is true. It's
Yeah,
one of the reasons why I got so into the Legend of Zelda because it's adventure. It's go off into the world and fight monsters and sorcerers and shit like that. And this is exactly what this gives me. This episode, however, I did not think because it's rare that we do something happens when a movie either starts or a show, and then sometimes it's either explained until the very end or it's just not touched upon again.
true.
And I didn't know that we were going to get that. And this one gives us a small flashback as to what happened in episode 1. And let me know in the comments if this is where the story really picks up for you. Because for me to be able to see that and understand, even though it's still crazy as all hell, understand like what was going on behind all that, crazy like priesthood, sorcerer sacrificial chamber thing, which was one of the opening sequences of the first episode, and that's
Yeah.
really what gripped me. To see more elaboration on that, I think for me, this is really where the story really takes off. It's explained more, and we really get sent off on this adventure. So I'm
Oh,
having a good time, man. I'm really digging it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And for today's daily dose of dorks, the reason why Caleb speaks the language Zemnian, which does sound like German to us, is in the D&D campaign, the actor playing Caleb, Liam O'Brien, is just a huge fan of the German language and wanted to introduce that little twist, and the DM Matthew Mercer went along with it and just kind of used it as the base, pretty much just copying it for their fantasy language called Zemnian, which is essentially just German and why we hear him speak German for pretty much every single episode. I'm a I'm a big fan of this episode. I do really like the third episode, as Edward said. I think that one is a little bit better than this one, just because I liked how fluid they did everything going from character to character. But I had so much fun in this episode. I could not stop smiling throughout the entire thing. I like how we finally have the Mighty Nine together, and I really enjoyed the prison interrogation scene. I love the comedy and the back and forth. I think the chemistry, obviously, between all these characters is extremely well done. I like Knott's humor, and I like the small little development we got for Beauregard. And I'm always intrigued by Molly. I think what we're leading up to with their more fantastical elements of this show, I really dig. And as Edward said, we get like a lot more of the story here, as we now have the group together, we have the reason why they're together, and then we have the cliffhanger at the end with the assassin, and now a reason to stick together. I am so excited, and honestly, I think it's just going to take off from here. I think the action was really well done. I do like how Caleb is using spell components a lot more than you would usually expect, but I do hope as this show continues to go on, we start to see less of the components and becomes a little bit more fluid as he regains his magic, just because it would be nice to see him fight a little bit more than casting just a finishing spell every single time. So that's something I do hope that does change, and I do expect it to change. But I'm very excited. I'm a huge fan of this, and shockingly enough, we're still missing one character, and I don't like how we got her teased in episode 1, but really haven't seen her since. I know why she's not here, but I do wish they may have saved that teaser for like maybe a little bit later in the season. But I'm having a great time. I really don't have anything to really complain about. I like how Mark Strong's Trent, the main overarching villain of this season, how he's manipulating Essek. And I don't know why Essek didn't give him up when asking, do you know where the beacon is? Because honestly, I would have after that moment. After essentially being forced out of it, and now he's going to do really horrific shit. I get that Essek's not for this whole religious zealot sort of thing, but at least if you have the beacon in your own possession and then he kills his mother, she would be reincarnated. I don't get why he didn't tell them to begin with for when he found him after being kicked out.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand. It is I did play a D&D campaign, but it has been I think I was still in high school, and I remember it just being this new world to me because my friends that invited me to play, they'd been playing this campaign since fucking middle school, and they would play for hours on end, man. Like sleepover,
It's
s'mores and
fun.
stuff like that. They get into it, and time just flies. So here, I'm acquainting myself with this world because it's been. I mean, I'm 43 now, so it's been years since high school. But I have favorite characters now. I really like Caleb. He just gives me this. Yeah, I'm that type. I'm kind of a dick, kind of a squashbuckler, kind of like a lonely wolf. He gives me like these Gambit vibes. I like him. I like the little goblin girl, who essentially at first I thought it was a dude, but I was wrong on that. I like how snarky and punky she can be, and it's nice that I'm able to get these other characters, and the other ones that grow on me. It's just that these two essentially are the ones that are like right now are
I love Jester.
always
Jester's always gonna be my favorite.
always in mind, and yeah, I'm having a great time, man. I mean, I can't wait to see where this goes, and obviously it's D&D, so it could spin off all over the damn place. Netflix is already talking. I mean, Sean Levy, it's
Yeah.
Sean Levy, right, from Deadpool and Wolverine. He's already doing press for the ending of Stranger Things, and he has said that they are heavily involved already in pre-production of a live-action D&D series, and I'm all right with that because then for better or for worse, I did like the movie, the latest one, not the Marlon Wayans one that came out and fucking, God, that movie sucked. That was bad. But the latest one, the one with Chris Pine,
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. And I told Griffin, I was like, man, it's got Michelle Rodriguez. That movie's going to suck. I can happily say I'm not a fan of hers, but this is the first time I'm able to watch one of her movies where I'm like, this movie was good. I had a good time. And again, it's hard for me not to. It's this big giant world with sorcery and swords and wizards, and I'm a fan of all those '80s movies like Conan the Barbarian, the Destroyer Warrior. Give me swords, wizards, and fucking magic, and
I'm
elves,
there.
and I'm so down. And this is right up my alley. So, and the animation, I know I've said this before, but it's fucking great. It's
It
just
really is.
exceptional.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you thought about episode 4 of The Mighty Nine, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, as next Wednesday we will be reviewing episode 5. And if you're a fan of our reviews, if you haven't seen a review for episodes 2 and 3 yet, you can check it out right now.